Hello. Could you please
Hi.
introduce yourself and tell us what you do?
Yeah, so my name is Louise Tang. I am the senior general manager at my company, Square Pie Guys. We are a pizza shop that started in San Francisco. I consider us still a startup since we've only been in business for 2 years. But we are very popular and very pretty much well known throughout the Bay Area. Um, Currently, I am helping oversee our second location in Oakland, California. But my new role with the company is training and development and in charge of special projects. So currently, before taking watching the Oakland store, I was responsible for transferring all of our paper training products to our online Tranual software. So that way, all of our training is available via cell phone per employee. And um, yeah, so that's currently what I'm doing now.
That's interesting. So, what, according to you, Louise, have been your biggest contributions to the food industry and the learnings from your experiences so far?
Um, I think just with multiple um, top 500 companies that I've worked for, is learning everything I can and with that company and sharing my learnings with the future companies that I've worked for and the current company that I work for, what works well, what
Mhm.
doesn't. Um, but pretty much my approach in the restaurant industry has to deal with um, training and developing your teams as best as you can, and taking care of your team so they can take care of your guests and customers. I'm a firm believer in uh, treating your employees how you would want to be treated. Therefore, the trickle down effect is they will take care of your guests and customers. In turn, since you have happy employees, you'll have happy guests and customers and be
Right.
profitable um, and successful running a profitable and successful business.
Well, that's so far the best approach I've ever heard of. And I am also a firm believer in the same thing as you believe in. You treat your employees how you want to be treated. So that's really great that you think that way. So, Louise, what were your takeaways from the previous edition of our Food 2.0 conference?
I really enjoyed the fact that um, now more than ever, we are in a food state where we really have to consider alternative um, food substances such as proteins. So, especially for people that are vegetarian, vegan, that do not eat animal products, it is a great time to be vegan or vegetarian, because there's a lot more options versus, say, 20 years ago. Nobody even knew like what is a vegan, let alone vegetarian. And
Right.
also, that pretty much was my takeaway, that the fact that we have more options available to us, the fact that we as a whole, whether it's United States or globally, understand that we do have to have another alternative form of food source.
Right.
So I really enjoyed listening and actually talking to uh, those companies like Next Veg and I think Defiant Foods. I did actually connect with the CEO and founder of one of them, and I'm working with him towards getting samples of his products and see if we can implement that in any of our restaurants. But I do feel that I definitely think that having them there really educated, people in our industry about that alternative food source.
Well, guess what? You just fulfilled our aspiration and the agenda behind this conference. We definitely want to and wish to give provide the maximum opportunities and benefits to our attendees and honorees. And you were able to reap out one of those opportunities. And I am glad to hear that. So, Louise, lastly, how likely would you recommend the existing and aspiring industry leaders to attend our upcoming events?
Um, I think I encourage pretty much anybody in the food industry to uh, expand their learnings and educate themselves in our industry. Things are always changing in our industry, and I think there wasn't as much turnout as I expected, but it is to be expected since we were coming out or still currently in a pandemic. But I do feel that it was a success. I do wish that there was more attendees, but for the attendees that were there, such as myself and other award winners, I definitely think that it was a great networking opportunity as well as just personal growth, learning about items or important topics in your industry.
That's good to hear. Thanks for the lovely feedback, Louise. We really look forward to having you in our other conferences, in our upcoming conferences and events. And it was lovely having you there in this year's edition as well.
Well, I appreciate that. And yeah, I look forward to attending many events in the future.
Thank you so much. Thank you for your time.